Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got game 3 against the Padres in their park. Won the first two games pretty handily. Pretty sure we shut them out both of the first two games. Definitely did yesterday. I think we did the first day too. Pretty sure it was 4-0 in the first game. So we'll see if Padres can at least put some runs on the board. Though if they're going to do that, they're going to have to do it against Graves, which is not an easy thing to do. San Diego will take the field. Same lineup that we have been seeing. Germano on the mound. Maybe Hermano. I don't actually know how it's pronounced. I guess we'll find out when he comes up to bat. Even then, can't really trust that, I feel like. There he is, ERA a bit over 5, a 1-2 record so far. Padres, if I remember right, they're 7-13 on the year, which is last in the NL West. But the Giants, the division leader, only have a 10-10 record. So, you know, they're only a couple games out, as it turns out, and maybe a little bit of a weak division. Kester has an 0-2 count to start this game. And he will go down swinging. One away. Here's Marvin. He will bat left-handed. First pitch called a strike. Changeup inside. Splitter down and away. And a ground ball to third. Rotini on to first. One away. Here is Chief. He will swing and miss at the first pitch. This is pulled foul. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Well, 1-2-3 start for the Squirrels. We go to the bottom half of the inning where Kevin Kuzminoff will lead things off for the Padres. And you can see the regular lineup in the game. As mentioned, Graves on the mound. Graves starts off with the ground ball to second. One pitch, one out. Starts off Jody Garrett with a fastball for a strike. Another fastball, ground foul over by the third base coach. 0-2. Ground ball that Joey will throw over to first, and that will be 2 outs. And here is Adrian Gonzalez. First pitch called a strike. Ground ball, Graves will field it himself over towards first and gets it there in plenty of time. 6 up, 6 down in the first inning. So Terry's going to start it off for the Squirrels in the second inning. No score. Fastball catches the outside corner. A pop-up, Bard is going to go over by the left-handed batter's box and make the catch. One down, here is Frank. Say Frank and Tom both waiting for their first home run here. I think they're the only two guys that typically hit them that haven't. Frank is going to ground out to first. Gonzalez fields it almost, just an inch away from the bag, so it was nothing for him to step on it. So here is Tom, and he will take a fastball inside. Base is empty with 2 outs. Puts this one in the air into very shallow right. Well, yeah, it's still shallow right. I guess it could still be very shallow. Crab's the one that made the play. So, a whole lot of zeros on the board as we go to the second inning, bottom of the second inning. Jim Edmonds is going to lead things off for the Padres. First pitch is called a strike. Second pitch is not. Third pitch is not either. 2-1. There's a swing and a miss. That'll make it 2-2. Changeup gets a swing and a miss. Strike 3. One down. Here's Austin Kearns. He will swing and miss at a changeup. Swings and misses at a high fastball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So here is Josh Bard as he watches a changeup bounce in. Swing and a miss. That'll make it 1-1. Another swing and a miss on the changeup. A ground ball to short. Joey on to first, and that is, 12 up, 12 down in this ball game. I'm sure that won't keep up eventually because it can't if we want to end this game. Here's Zach to start off things in the third inning. So he watches that fastball go high. Changeup in there for strike 1. Curveball in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down. Here's Joey. Had a very good day yesterday. Got his average up over 200 in the process. Looks at strike 1 to start this at bat. Splitter didn't do much splitting. Ended up by Joey's head. 1-1. Swings and misses at a changeup that I'm not sure would have been a strike. Ground ball to Kuzminoff. He throws to first, and that will be the second out of the inning. Here is Graves. He has not gotten a hit yet this year. He watches a curveball bounce in. Called strike on the outside corner. Pops this one up. Bard right on the first baseline will make the catch. And still all zeros up on the board. Rotino's going to start things off for the Padres as we go to the bottom of the third inning. First pitch, a fastball for a strike. The changeup gets a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew that fastball by him. There's Calix Crab. First pitch, a slider for a strike. Fastball a bit too high. Changeup ground towards third, but it will be foul. 1-2. Backdoor slider for strike 3. According to the game, it's Justin Germano, and he is actually going to get the first hit of the ball game for either side. First base runner for either side. A little bloop line drive right up the middle brings Kuzminoff back to the plate. Graves struck out 4 the first time through the Padres order. Kuzminoff not one of them. He ground out this first time up. Looks like he's going to ground out here as well, and that will end the third inning, but we finally have a 1 up on the scoreboard for the Padres hits. Still no runs as we go to the fourth inning, where Kester's going to lead it off. 3 strikeouts for Germano as he went through the first round of the Squirrels order, and Kester was one of those victims. He's got an 0-2 count. That will be a line drive up the middle. So there's the first Squirrels hit and base runner. So no perfect games today. Marvin looks at a strike on an inside curveball. Oh, he flashed a bunt, pulled it back, but it does let Kester get into second safely. So runner now in scoring position. Marvin with a 1-1 count. Swings and misses. A big swing, I might add. Hits this one, foul. Straight back. Ground ball to second. That will move Kester to third. So the potential first run of the game only 90 feet away with one out. Chief will start off with a curveball for strike one. Hits this one. That's not going to be deep enough. Gonzalez, just into the outfield grass, makes the catch. So here's Terry, now with two outs, and that runner still on third. Takes a splitter for strike one. Fastball for strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. Germano out of trouble, so we are still scoreless as we go into the bottom of the fourth inning, though both sides with a hit now. Jody Garrett's going to lead things off for the Padres. Graves starts him off with a fastball, which gets a swing and a miss. That fastball a tad too high. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. Finishes it off with a fastball. Garrett goes down looking. Adrian Gonzalez ground out in his first at bat. I think it was a hopper back to Graves, if I remember right. I'm not 100% sure of that. In any case, he's got a 1-1 count at the moment. That pitch up and out. Bounces in a curveball, makes it 3-1. Slider in there for a strike. Full count, bases empty, one away. Another slider gets another backwards K. Two down. Here is Jim Edmonds. Struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one. Ground ball to second. Kester on to first, and that will end the inning. We go to the fifth. One hit apiece, but no runs. Frank is going to start things off for the Squirrels in the fifth. Frank ground out in his first at-bat. I think to Gonzalez, if I remember right. Looks at strike one. Up the middle, that'll get through for a base hit, the second one of the day for the Squirrels. Tom popped out in his first at-bat. He will start off with ball one. That changeup floats inside. Fastball called strike one. Changeup too low. It's a 2-1 count. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Fastball too high. Full count. One on, nobody out. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Frank, it seems, is staying put. And Tom will take a walk. So 2 on now with nobody out. Zach at the plate. And he grounds first pitch to third. He will step on the bag and go to first with it. And Zach is able to beat that out. So the Padres only get one out there. So still 2 on with now 1 out. Joey takes strike one. This is a bit of a high hop. Throw goes to second, and it is in time. So 2 away. Runners on the corners and Graves in the box. So Germano trying to pitch around some trouble for the second inning in a row. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off, and Joey is thrown out. So the bat taken out of Graves' hands. I'm not sure that was quite worth it. So no scores. We go to the bottom of the fifth for Austin Kearns to lead things off. Kearns struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He will start off with a strike here on a slider. Curveball gets a swing and a miss. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down, here's Josh Bard. Ground out, I want to say to second. Looks at strike one. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Curveball fouled away. down into the right field seats. Graves goes with the sinker. It's popped up at the plate, and Tom will make the catch. 2 down. Here's Rotino, who struck out in his first at-bat. That pitch up and in. Swing and a miss on the curveball. Called strike on an elevated fastball. Fastball down in the zone, gets a swing and a miss, and that will end the 5th inning. We go to the 6th, still no score in this game, and Graves will start off with a fresh count back at the plate. Graves popped out in his first at-bat, looks at strike 1 to start off this inning. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here is Kester. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Looks at strike 1. Pops this one foul. Ground ball does roll foul down the third base line. Thought that one might get to the base, but did not. That fastball too high, only makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away, here's Marvin. He is ground out in both at-bats. Hits this one into center field. Edmonds coming in, and he will make the grab. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 8-9-1 coming up for the Padres. Still no score. Krabs struck out in his first at-bat, and he'll start off with a swing and a miss here. Another swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Ground ball to Joey. 1 away. Germano will get to hit here, and he did get a base hit in his first time up. I do believe he's still the sole Padres hit. Changeup is too low. There's a called strike, just a tad higher apparently. Another line drive up the middle, and Germano is 2 for 2 today. Graves up to 8 strikeouts after 2 trips through the order. Kuzmanov's going to start the third go-around for the Padres, and he'll look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Looks at strike 3. 2 down, here's Jody Garrett. He is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout, and he'll look at strike 1 here. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Looks at a slider, and that will end the 6th inning. So we go to the 7th. 2 hits apiece now for the teams, but still no runs. Chief is going to lead it off for the Squirrels. Chief has struck out and flown out so far today. Swings and misses at a fastball. Looks at another fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So here's Terry. He is fouled out and struck out today. Curveball in there for a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 quick outs. Not even a foul ball between our 3 and 4 hitters. Here is Frank. He will look at strike 1. Swings at a curveball that bounces in. Swing and a miss, strike 3. All 3 batters strike out on 3 straight pitches. Well, 7th inning stretch time. It's still scoreless. Adrian Gonzalez on the other side. All right, with a tie ball game, Graves will get another inning until either he comes up to bat or somebody scores. Gonzalez with a slow roller behind second base. Joey, I think, might have had a play, but opted not to make a throw. So that's going to go down as an infield hit. They're going to pinch run for Gonzalez to bring in Joey Gathright, who is a big upgrade for speed. Edmonds pops up the first pitch right behind the plate, giving Gathright no chance to do anything. So now there's one away, runner on first with Austin Kearns, who has struck out in both at-bats so far. He's got an 0-2 count at the moment. And he will swing and a miss for his third strikeout of the day. Here's Josh Bard, 0 for 2, but at least he's put the bat on the ball both times. Slow roller to second. Kester goes to first with it, and that will end the 7th inning. Still no runs as we go into the 8th, where Tom is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. Let's see, Gathwright's going to stay in and play center field. Jen Edmonds goes out of the game. I believe that was Tony Clark coming in to play first. Tom swings and misses at the first pitch. Next pitch is down and away. Not that he's been real push, but Germano's still looking strong out here in the 8th inning. He's got Tom with a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here's Zach. He is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Curveball in there for a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. And this will hook foul. So we'll try it again. This is going to stay fair into right field. So a 1-out single brings Joey to the plate. He is ground out in both at-bats so far as they check over on Zach. First pitch, a changeup that floats inside. And that fastball outside, 2-0 rather. Make it 3-0. Same pitch, same call. Swings on 3-0, but comes up empty. 3-1. This one into right field. Will it stay fair? It will not. Full count with 1 out. Runner stays put. And we got a called strike 3. Well, Graves did come up to bat. Let's try Phil. I feel like this might be a good time to run if you were Zach. Phil rather, looks at strike 1, swings and misses at strike 2. Swings and misses for strike 3. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Still no score. 7-8-9 coming up for San Diego. Both teams with 3 hits for the record as well. All right, Jones is going to take over on the mound, and he'll, again, either pitch until somebody scores or his spot comes up in the order. Good thing I started recording early today. Rotino is struck out in both at-bats so far. Jones starts him off with a high fastball. Rotino does not bite. Low fastball. Again, Rotino lets it go. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss. This fastball blown by him. 2-2. Fastball ground back to, well, Jones didn't make a play on it, so went to Kester. But either way, it's the first out of the inning. Here's Crabb. He is 0 for 2 as he looks at strike 1. Fouled back. Make it 0-2. This one Jones will make a play on and throws it to first for the second out of the inning. Germano's 2 for 2 today, so apparently we got to take him serious. First fastball down by his feet. This one called a strike. Looked like it might have been up and away. Another called strike will make it 0-2. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss, and Germano is retired for the first time today. We move into the 9th inning. Still no score. Squirrels will start at the top of their order. Kester 1 for 3 on the day, a single sandwiched between strikeouts. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away. Here is Marvin. He is 0 for 3. Pops this one foul, but it will clear the screen and go into the seats. Splitter down and away. That'll make it 1-1. This hit right to Clark at first, who steps on the bag. 2 down. Here is Chief. He is 0 for 3. Struck out a couple times. Not having his normal day. Looks at strike 1. As Germano finally starts to wipe his brow. Gets a pop-up. Germano will field it himself standing next to Crab, and that will end the top of the 9th inning. Padres also at the top of their order as they see if they can walk this game off here in the bottom of the 9th. Kuzminoff 0 for 3. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball to third. Chief on to first. 1 down. Jody Garrett 0 for 3. Struck out a couple times. Puts this one into left field for a 1-out single. So this will bring Gathright to the plate, and we are going to get another pinch runner. Ryan Spilbors is going to come on, who's a slight upgrade from an 8 to a 9, and he immediately takes off, and Tom throws him out. So now the base is empty with 2 outs, and Gathright, still in his first at-bat, has an 0-2 count. Pops this one up. Jones going to take it himself. We'll go to the 10th inning. I do believe this is the first extra innings game of the year. Terry's going to lead things off for the Squirrels. Terry 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. Looks at strike 1 here. Germano's still out there on the mound, though probably not for much longer. It's got a 1-1 count. Called strike 2 on the splitter. Swings and misses at a curveball for the first out of the inning. Frank 1 for 3 on the day. Got a single in his second at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Little dribbler, but it's going to go foul down the third base side. This pitch up and in. That makes it 1-2. Only the first ball of this at bat. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 away. Here is Tom. He's flown out and struck out. Also drew a walk in there. Looks at strike 1. This is in the left field, but it's going to hook foul. Looks like Tom is going to be the last batter for Germano regardless. He does get the backwards K to end his outing, though. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning, where Tony Clark is going to lead things off for the Padres. Clark swings and misses at the first pitch. Looks at strike 2. Looks at strike 3. 1 away. Here's Austin Kearns. He has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far. Looks at a strike on a breaking ball. Another breaking ball. Gets a swing and a miss. Swings at a bounced-in fastball for strike 3. Here's Josh Bard. He's 0 for 3 today, though no strikeouts. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Hits this one foul down the right field line. 0-2. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss, and that's it for the 10th. Still waiting on the first run of the game. The Squirrels will start off with Zach at the plate. So the Padres do officially go to their bullpen. Ryan Wagner is going to take over on the mound, which is, who knows, maybe just what the Squirrels needed to see. Zach 1 for 3. Did get a hit in his last at bat. Looks at strike one here. Ground ball right to Kuzminoff. One away. Oh, pinch hitter. Let's go with Miyake. First pitch hit right back up the middle for a 1-out single. Fairly speedy runner on. He might take off. Phil struck out in his first at bat. Fouls the first pitch away. Hits this one foul down the third base line. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here is Kester. He is 1 for 4. Struck out 3 times, but then had a single in his second at bat. Comes up with a base hit here into shallow left. 2 on, 2 out, and here is Marvin at the plate. Marvin will take strike 1, and he will continue to bat left-handed. Fouls that pitch away. Looks at strike 3. The game remains scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Rotino's going to start things off for the Padres, and we are going to, I guess, go with Johnston to Marvin's spot. At least the fielding worked out.
Your attention, please. Now coming on to catch the Indianapolis. Number 27, Johnston.
All right, Rotino 0 for 3 on the day. He will look at strike 1. Slurve fouled off his foot, but seems to be fine. Another slurve, again fouled off his foot. Now they're going to take a look at him. And he's going to stay in, so if he does it a third time, maybe he'll come out of the game. Johnston again throws a slurve, but this time it's fouled off to the screen instead of into his foot. Mixes it up with a fastball, and Rotino can't catch up to it. 1 down, here's Calix Crab. He is 0 for 3 today. That slurve goes inside. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Popped up, Chief is waiting on it, and he makes the catch. 2 down, and here is the pitcher's spot. The Padres will go with, I think this is Jason Barrett. Or Michael Barrett. Why did I think I got him mixed up with Jason Kendall for some reason, even though Barrett was the catcher for the Cubs for years. Anyway, he comes up with the base hit up the middle. Kevin Kuzminoff will look at strike 1. There are 2 outs. And Kuzminoff quickly down 0-2. Swings at a sinker to end the 11th inning. We go into the 12th. Still no score in this ball game. Chief is going to lead things off for Indianapolis. We are again tied in hits with 5 apiece. Gregorio's going to take over on the mound. Looks like Spilbors and Barrett will come out of the game. Kearns is going to move to left field. Spilborghs comes out for Garone or Giron. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. In any case, Gregorio starts Chief off with a strike. Chief into center field. Gathright drifts back and makes the catch. So here's Terry. He struck out in his last 3 at-bats. Has not gotten hit today. Swings and misses at a curveball. Hits this one into right center. That's going to roll, I think, all the way to the wall or close to it. And Terry is in there with a stand-up double. 1 out and a runner in scoring position for Frank. So he looks at that ball in the dirt. There's a called strike. Another called strike makes it 1-2. Into center field, Gathright has this one, and that'll force Terry back to the base.
Number 10, Tom.
All right, Tom now with a chance to drive in the first run of the game. He's going to start off with a 1-1 count. There's another called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, still no score as we go into the bottom of the 12th inning. We're going to start right off with the pinch hitter. We'll see how he pronounces that name. Well, apparently we're not going to find out. No in-game announcer, so we're going to go with Giron. Takes strike 1, swings and misses for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Here is Joey Gathright. Flew out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Bounces in a pitch. Gathright does not chase it. Doesn't chase that slurve either. 2-2. This is going to be put into left field for a base hit. 1 on, 1 out. Here is Tony Clark, who struck out in his first at-bat. Johnston checks over on first. Checks over again. Very concerned about Gathright. He does take off. Tom to second in plenty of time. Well, base is now empty with 2 outs. Tony Clark has an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We're going to move on to the 13th inning. No score. The Squirrels are going to start off with Zach at the plate. 6 hits apiece for the teams, but still no runs. Gregorio stays out there. Zach 1 for 4. That pitch down by his feet. Ground ball right to Kuzminoff, but it goes through his legs. That's going to be an E6, but it's still a base runner, which right now is all we care about. Miyake got a base hit in his first at-bat. Oh, this looks like a double play. Well, not a good throw back to first, so that at least keeps it at a fielder's choice. Phil is struck out twice, 1 on, 1 out. First pitch outside. Second pitch fouled away. 1-1. He's behind on that fastball, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, back to Kester. He's 2 for 5 now. And he's going to come up with another base hit into center field. I think we need a pinch hitter here. Let's go with Sweeney. Bench is starting to get thin, although Sweeney's actually one of, if not our best pinch hitter. Depends on what you're looking for. Quinton hits for more power, but Sweeney has a higher average. Fouls the first pitch away down the right field side. That fastball down by his feet. 2 on, 2 out. Fastball outside. It's 2-1. Swings at a high fastball. Oh, a called strike 3. I didn't agree with the call either, but doesn't matter what I think. We go to the bottom of the 13th inning. Still waiting on a run. Austin Kearns is going to be the batter. I guess we are going to go with Gonzalez next. Into Kester's spot. Let's, yeah, actually, we'll let Sweeney play short. I'm fine with that.
Your attention, please. Now coming to the next Indianapolis. Number 76, Gonzalez.
All right, Kearns has struck out in all 4 at-bats. Splitter, split too much. Tries it again. Again, does not get the call. This time I think it was outside. Fastball put in there for a strike, although Kearns swung and missed. Hits this one. Finally, he's going to not strike out. Instead, he'll foul out. 1 away. Here is Josh Bard. He's also 0 for 4, but only struck out in his last at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. That splitter down and in. Ground ball to Phil, who will toss it to first. 2 away. Now we've got Rotino. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. He did ground out once. Looks at a strike on a fastball. Pops this one up into very shallow center, and nobody's going to get to that one. It'll fall in for, I think, his first hit of this series. So runner on first with 2 outs. Crab swings and misses. Do believe he is also 0 for 4. Grounds this one to Phil, and that will end the inning. We go to the 14th. 7 hits apiece for the teams. The Padres also with an error. Chief is going to start things off for the Squirrels. Looks like Gregorio's going to stay out there. Chief hitless today. Definitely not like him. Swings and misses at a slider. Swings and misses at a curveball. That pitch a bit high. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, here is Terry. Got a double in his last at-bat, but obviously failed to come around to score. Curveball, too low. Swing and miss on that curveball. Another swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Rotino chasing after that one, but it will land by the dugout. Still 1-2. Will this get down? It will not. It's right to Kuzminov. 2 away. Here's Frank. Got a hit in his second at-bat today. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Hits this one to third, Rotino to first, and we will go to the bottom of the 14th. Pitcher spot due up for the Padres. I imagine we'll see a pinch hitter. So still no scores. We go to the bottom of the 14th. We do get that pinch hitter. DeSalvo is going to come into the game. Gonzalez starts him off with a fastball for a strike. Got a... Nope. I was going to say a short hop, but Sweeney grabs it on the fly. 1 away. So here is Kuzminov. Do not believe he has a hit today. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. I'm not sure that changeup did what they wanted it to do. Try it again, and this time they get a swing and a miss. 2 away. Huron, apparently, is how we are pronouncing that. We do get the announcer this time. So that's close. He's going to come up with a base hit into left field. 1 on with 2 outs. So here's Gathright. He is 1 for 2. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Looks at ball 1. Splitter called a strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Called strike 3, and that will end the 14th inning. We go to the 15th, still waiting on a run, and we're going to start off the inning with Tom at the plate.
Your attention, please. Now coming up to pitch for the Padres, number 45,
Justin Hampson's going to take over on the mound. DeSalvo stays in to play short. Tom did draw a walk, but otherwise is 0 in this game. Looks at a changeup on the outside corner. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, here is Zach. He does have a hit. He also reached on an error in his last at-bat. So he watches that curveball for a ball. Fastball in there for a strike. Hits this one hard. Is it going to get over Gathrite's head? It will not. Right at the warning track. Well, here's Miyake. I believe he is 1 for 2. Man, off his bat, I was hopeful, but just did not carry. That's going to be a base hit up the middle, so a 2-out single. That will bring Phil to the plate. He struck out in all 3 at-bats so far today. Watches that curveball bounce in. Swings and misses at a curveball. This one inside. Swing and a miss. Miyake takes off and he is in there. The throw was a bit offline. He might have beaten it in there anyway. I think he did. Now there's a runner in scoring position. And Phil puts us into right field. That's going to get down for a hit, and that will finally score a run in this ball game. So the Squirrels finally take a 1-0 lead. As we will put, we'll go with Quentin into the ball game. 1 on with 2 outs. Finally 1-0 here in the top of the 15th. Quentin, batting right-handed, swings and misses at the first pitch. Maybe I should have gone with Martinez. Oh well. An 0-2 count and a ground ball to DeSalvo. Well, no, this probably actually works out if we go back to the non-subs. Anyway, 1-0 ball game finally. Padres starting off with Tony Clark. We're going to need a run to stay alive. So Shibuya in here with the chance for a save. He has not pitched much this year. We've just not been in very many save situations. This would only be save 3 or 4. Clark has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Hits this first one. That's a fair ball down into the corner. That's going to at least be a double. And it is a leadoff double. So here's Austin Kearns. Struck out in every at-bat except the last one. Ground ball up the middle. It gets through for a hit, and that's going to tie this ball game. Throw goes home instead of second. Allows the Padres to get the winning run on second. Nobody out. Josh Bard at the plate. He will look at strike 1. He's up the middle. This should end. Oh no, they don't try to score. They leave runners on the corners instead. Here's Rotino. There aren't any outs though. Runner on first is completely irrelevant. First pitch in there for a strike. Second pitch swung on and missed. And that is hit through the right side or left side, and that will score the winning run. The Padres walk this off, scoring 2 runs in the 15th inning to hand the Squirrels their second loss of the season. Final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, San Diego Padres 2. I don't know why we're bothering with highlights before the 15th inning. That's tended to be the only inning that actually ended up mattering. So Shibuya, not only with the blown save, but also with the loss. And yeah, frankly, he's probably just not sharp because he's not thrown enough. All right, Rotino's going to be your player of the game for getting that walk-off hit. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. And the Padres suddenly have a chance to walk away from this series with a draw tomorrow. So we'll see you for that in about 24 hours.